Hello friend, today's topic is from economy. The name of the topic is the economic philosophy of mercantilism and China. The economist and philosopher Adam Smith wrote a book, The Wealth of Nation, in 1776. In that book, he advocated allowing economists to liberally invest and freely trade in goods and service enhances the welfare of state. Prior to his magnus opus, the prevalent economic doctrine was mercantilism. Mercantilism was the dominant economic school of thought in Europe throughout the late Renaissance and early modern period. Mercantilism instigated many intra-European wars of the period and arguably fueled European imperialism both within Europe and rest of the world. Mercantilist policies included forbidding trade to be carried in foreign ships, limiting wages and investment in colonies, discouraging foreign business to set up shops, etc. One of the assertions of mercantilism was that national wealth can come only through the domestic investment or wealth transfer from the colonies. For almost 2 decades now, China has been following a mercantilist growth strategy. She is involved in maintaining a deliberately cheap exchange rate to boost export and growth. Similarly, she has kept the economy relatively close to financial flows, that is, foreign institutional investment or FII, while allowing FDI, that is, foreign direct investment. Thus, China has posted humanity's most dramatic economic transformation. She is able to generate so much domestic saving, far in excess of its investment needs. That surplus domestic saving has been shipping abroad for nearly 15 years now. Mercantilism not just reduced reliance on capital, it actually allowed China to become a large creditor to the world. History suggests that economic superpowers are creditors. That was true of the British Empire and of the US, whose power has now declining in recent years, in part for having become a net debtor. Of course, China has incurred cost in accumulating its $3.5 trillion of foreign exchange. But the world needs that cash, and borrowers' neediness is the creditor's power, which China has exercised around the developing world and in Europe too. To conclude, mercantilists were antagonistic about Adam Smith's concept of free trade, free enterprise, free investment, and free movement of goods and services. Still, China achieved great economic success with the help of a 15th or 16th century mercantilist economic policy. Thank you for watching my video.